Hey guys, it's Malachor here. Sorry for that mess up at the start if you heard it, but it's Malachor here. This is an important video to me in a way because after quite a long time of being an addicted smoker, and I'm only at the age of 16, my ambition is to try and quit for the best of me. It'll be cheaper for me. It'll make me feel better in myself, and obviously it decreases risks of things like cancer and stuff like that. I know none of you probably care, but this video is more so for me, so that I can look back on it and, like, in a way show myself how strong I can be. So what I'm going to be doing is every few days or a set time, for example, if I start it on a Wednesday, maybe every 3 days I'll upload a video to let you know on my progress, or let you know about my progress, how I'm getting on, what I'm doing to do it, and what's helping me. Basically, I want to go from this stuff to nothing, in a way. The things I'm going to be using is stuff like Nicorette gum, the minty ones, because they just taste better. I have tried or attempted to quit smoking several times before. I'm also going to be using the Nicorette Cool lozenges. Again, icy mint flavour. I will be using, as well as that, Nicorette patches. Now, because of the amount I smoke and because of how long I've been smoking, my carbon monoxide levels are quite high. Higher than they should be, especially for my age. They should be around 3 for my age, but when I first had them checked, they were 24. That's not good. For example, if I got pneumonia, whooping cough, or anything like that, that could have killed me pretty easily. But since working on that and cutting down on smoking, I'm in the area of like 10 to 15. There has been a few ups and downs. I got to 9 at one point, and then it's gone back up to 11. But I'm staying in that region of 10 to 15. Sorry. But because of the amount that I was smoking, I've been given 25 milligram patches, the 2 milligram lozenges, but you put this on for the full day. You take these just before you usually have a fag if you're in a routine, or when you feel like it. Well, this is for when you feel like having one, and these are for when, like, routinely. So, like, say if you wake up in the morning, or no, for example, when I go to college, I'll have one whilst waiting for my bus and as soon as I get off my bus. So with these, I will take one of these just before I get, like, 2 or 3 minutes before I get off the bus, and it should hopefully calm the craving down. There is one more thing that I will be using, and that is a Nicorette inhaler, which is basically, in a way, it looks like a tampon, but I'll just get one up for an example, because I have quite a few. You get one of these, which is like, the little white bit in the middle is nicotine. When you suck on the inhaler, it gives you a throat hit due to the nicotine. These have helped me before because I'm more of a throat hit smoker. I like having that hit to the throat where it makes you feel like you want to cough, but you don't. the reason why I'm using these things is because I find them to be most effective for me. That's my personal preference, but I find them to be effective for me. If you're going to try and quit smoking and you're going to use any of these things, in particular the lozenges and the mints, I would say go for IC mint or IC white, whatever it's called. Purely because if you have the nicotine or tobacco flavoured ones, it's just not very nice. They don't. The taste is horrible. So my personal preference is no. But talking with the inhaler, what you're meant to do is you're meant to have a nicotine patch on for the day. You're meant to obviously use these things or these things, but at the same time you can use the inhaler for getting that throat hit to make you feel like you've got a fag, or you've had a fag. With this, I'd suggest using it as much as you possibly can, because your body, I know some people tell you not to and some people tell you to, but from what I've been told, the most effective way to quit smoking is not to smoke yourself to the point where you just you don't want to smoke anymore. Just wear your patches, use the gum, use the lozenges, but use the inhaler as much as you possibly want to, because if you give your body that much nicotine, your brain will eventually click and just be like, I don't want any more, I've got too much. And over the period that it takes for the nicotine to get out of your body, which isn't too long, but if you sucked on the inhaler for a full day, you wouldn't really have the need to go for a fag for 2 or 3 days. And by that time, you mostly past the worst part. Because the worst part about smoking isn't day 1 or day 2. It's not even day 3. It's more of something that takes you out of your routine. So if you're going to basically overdose your body on nicotine and it makes you feel like you don't want it anymore, you're not going to stick to keep on having a fag, going for a cigarette, whenever you want to. You're not going to do that because you won't want to. 1 second. Sorry about that, guys. That wasn't intended in any way at all. But yeah, if you overdose yourself on the nicotine that much that your body doesn't want you to have it, you should not have it. And as soon as you decide not to have it, it should take you out of your routine. But there's a couple things that my missus has suggested to me that she's done in the past, because she's been smoking for 10 years and she's 17. That's not good. Her health, well, she's already been told her lungs have the age of this 56-year-old that's been smoking since legal age, and that's not good. And that's because she was smoking at a young age where her lungs weren't even fully developed. I'm not as bad. I'm nowhere near as long. But what she suggests for me to do is get your filters, get a paper. Even if you just smoke, well, no, more so if you smoke like roll-ups, because with straights they're already rolled for you. But if you smoke straights, you could still use this as a sort of way to deal with it. But what you do is you get your paper. I don't have enough filters here at this present moment in time, but you get your paper and then you get your filters. But what you do is you roll a sort of fag out of filters, so then you still got that rolling. Like, you can still roll, which is probably the second most addicting thing of smoking. And also, and screw that. But also, it gives you that like movement of the hand where you're like, when you just your whole routine. That's what you should do if your routine is still trying to get the best of you. I'm very strong on routines. I've lived with routines throughout my life because I have severe ADHD. So my life is basically based on a routine. ADHD isn't the only thing wrong with me. I have a number of mental health illnesses that affect me, but I try not to let them. But something called psychotic rage syndrome gets the best of me most of the time, because I can go from 0 to like 10 like that. It's not good. And smoking used to be one of the ways that would help me calm down, because if any of you know the difference between anger and rage, anger's controllable. Anger's in a way a good thing, because it shows that you actually have the emotion there, and it shows that your brain is thinking. Like, so you're thinking of things. If you don't like something and it angers you, it means that you don't like it. Rage is completely different. Yeah, it can be brought on by anger, but it's your adrenaline goes sky high, higher than it should be, to the point where you don't, like, you go into this rage, you can't remember most of the things that you do. I can't remember quite a few things. I don't think there's ever been a time where I actually remember. But like, you go into it and you don't come out of it until the source of it is gone. For example, when I go into this, I call it losing my temper, because it kind of is in a way. But last time I lost my temper, it was for a silly reason. It was because somebody was around me who is making me, like, they were basically, there's a story behind it, but I'm not going to mention names. Somebody came into my home and thought that they had the power to push me around and tell me what's what, basically. This turned out to be one of the worst times in my life, because I did something that I severely regret, which was pull a knife. I didn't do anything with it, but it was just that sheer moment that makes you think, well, shit, basically, what am I going to do now? So you do anything to try and get rid of what's ever making you, or what's ever triggered you. But what I used to do is, when I lose my temper, or when I feel like I'm about to, I have to walk away. I have to walk away for safety of not just me, but others. But what I used to do is, as I was walking away, have a fag, and by the time I finished my fag, I would know, like, in my head, I thought I would have walked further enough, or far enough to have calmed down. And that was true for me. For me, that was true. But I've realised recently that that's not real. I don't need to walk away and have a fag. I know we strayed from the point a little bit there, but I had to explain things to get across what my point was. But now I know that I don't need a fag to calm down. And it's just going for a walk, or, I don't know, maybe receiving a hug, having support, appreciation, having people there for you. That is the best thing possible. I can't really say that smoking's ever done anything good for me. It's helped me with quite a few things. It honestly has, and I'm not going to deny that. Do I enjoy it? Yeah, I do enjoy it. Do I enjoy what I get from it? No. Because it makes your health so bad. And like, I've had to go physically a few days without having a fag before, and on the first day and the second day, I felt like absolute rubbish. My stress levels were high as, my head was like, it was going everywhere. I felt like I wasn't in control of me. But on the third day, I woke up and thought, you know what? I don't need a fag. All I need to do is just my own thing, basically. So, on that day, I felt a lot more healthier in myself. I felt like I was more me. I could do what I want. But after about 2 hours after waking up, those 2 hours disappeared because I had a fag. So, smoking is good to an extent. It does relieve certain things from you, but it also creates them at the same time. And that's what people don't really look at when they're, well, smoking. They just don't want to give up. But in a way, people who judge people, like say if a non-smoker judged someone on smoking, be like, oh, smoking's bad for you, why would you do it, blah, 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 all these facts. Everybody has a reason why they do it. Like, unless they're like teenage, well, not even teenagers, because I'm a teenager, but unless they're overly young people, like, I don't know, like, you know, you get those little kids on the street just like, oh, I'm hard because I smoke. That's no actual reason, that's just because you want to show off. But sooner in life you'll realise that you've got nowhere from it. It's not cool, it's not a good thing. But at the same time there is benefits to it, like I've just said. It took my stress down because I was suffering with stress. Well, stress levels higher than anything, and it sent me into a low, which caused a lot of stuff for me. Smoking did help that for a bit, and then it made it worse because then I had the stress of, you know, my parents, my family down my back, like, why are you doing this? It's just not worth the hassle. It really isn't worth the hassle. So my aim is to quit smoking by February. Well, I would say February. I'm not going to start today. I'm not going to start tomorrow. I will start when I feel like I really want to just stop, which I'm starting to feel like now. So it will be soon. So don't expect it to be soon. I'm just giving what I'm doing. I'm giving you some information of what I'm going to be doing. But I hope that it doesn't take me too long. In fact, I aim to have quit by my birthday, which is on the 23rd of February, obviously next year. I think that if I get not only you guys' support, but my friends' support, my family support, any support that I can, it's possible. Just anything's possible. I could do it on my own, but I don't have the determination to do that. So I feel like informing you lot. I know there's like not many of us right now, but hopefully there will be soon. I feel like bringing people on board and telling people my story of the journey that I'm going through, that I've been through to cause what I'm doing, and then what I'm going through as I'm not doing it. Because I know a lot of people that smoke are more afraid of the feeling when you're quitting smoking. Because I am, in a way. Again, it cut for no reason. So again, I'd rather show to you like what it's like, well, to quit smoking, just so people know that if it's not as bad as people think it is, because I know it's not. But that is basically all I have to say to you guys now for this video, because I'm just rambling on now and I don't have much space on my phone to actually record a video like half an hour long, because I already have one uploading. But thank you for listening, guys. I hope that you do join me on this journey. and I hope that you show as much support as you can, because I will love that. That would be a big achievement to me. Thank you guys for listening. Please like, share, subscribe, and peace.